am Candace and I'm a P31.
When did your spiritual walk with God begin?
When what is now my best friend, she lived across the street from me. We had a class together and she invited me to church. I went to church and I had not stopped going. And one day, it had been about a year, one day in 8th grade, I said, you know what, this Sunday I'm going to get saved. And I got saved, and that's when I met the Lord, and the Lord loved on me.
How long have you been in a relationship with God?
10 plus years. He's been in a relationship longer than I have acknowledged, because there were times, you know, as I was younger where I knew there was a God, but it wasn't until I actually got saved that I was like, okay, this is real. This is me and him.
If you could describe God in 3 words, what would they be?
Describing him in 3 words, he is a gentleman, he is persistent, and he is loving. Those have defined what he has done for me in my life. He has showered me unconditionally with his love. He's very intentional in his ways towards me and very persistent, even when there are times where I feel distance. He makes it known that he's never away and he's always close.
Name one of the biggest struggles you've had as a Christian.
My faith in being healed. More recently, I can name more recently, since 2009, I've had a condition where the doctor said I wouldn't be able to get rid of it. I have to live for it for the rest of my life. But I've been a woman who knows that God is a healer. So the first year came and I was still, you know, on fire. You know, Lord, I know you can heal me. I believe in the miracle. 2010, all right, you know, Lord, I still believe, but you know, these signs and these physical pains, you know, I'm getting a little weary. You know, the 3rd year came and the 4th year came, and I'm just like, Lord, you know, I do believe you a healer, but you know, when are you actually gonna heal me? And you know, I started to get discouraged in my walk. I felt like I was doing something wrong, or that I did something to deserve this pain, or he wasn't listening to me. But he does listen, he hears. And I had to learn not to be a woman to expect God to heal in one certain way. A lot of times when we think about a miracle healing, we just think that, oh, the next day, you know, there's no pain, there's no scars, you know, oh, I have been healed. But healing can come in many different ways. He's healed my mind, the way that I thought towards him. He's healed my heart towards being angry about having this condition, and eventually, whether it be through surgery or not, you know, that's healing. So yeah.
Name one of your favorite Bible scriptures.
Song of Solomon 6:3. I am my beloved and my beloved is mine. I feel intimate with God. God is very personal for me.
Name one gospel or Christian song that you love worshiping to.
Oh God. Oceans. That song I can put on repeat just about, you know, 10 plus times and never get tired of it. The words, so very true and vital for our lives. It's a song about faith and letting God lead us. And one of the scriptures that reminds me of that song is actually in Matthew, where Peter, he walks on water, but he looks down and he realizes, you know, that he's sinking, but all that Jesus wanted him to do was just come to him. But you know, sometimes in life we look down, look to the right, look to the left, and forget who God is. And we have to believe in him and know that he got us and he'll lead us. He'll lead us.
Name one area that God has refined you in.
My self-esteem and my identity. For a long time, there were periods where I couldn't even look in the mirror at myself. There were times where I felt I need to be validated by someone or something, whether it be through sports, whether it be through family, a guy, my friends. But as I've come to know God and who he is and the essence of who he is and what his word says about me, daily it's a walk of knowing that I am his and he is mine, and He's created me in his image. So if he's created me in his image, it's nothing but good. So yeah.
Name your favorite Christian book or story.
One favorite one that I can pick out of the Bible is Luke 8:43 through 48, where it talks about the woman who touched the fringe of Jesus' garment to be healed. It shows her desperate need for him. She knew the power of the Lord. She knew the weight of Jesus and the impact that he could have on her life. And all she needed was just, one touch. She didn't have to, ask. She just believed, in her faith allowed her to be healed. And a lot of times in life, I think that we forget, whether we're seasoned or not, or new in this relationship with God, we always need to be desperate for him. We always need to know that it is our faith that heals us in anything. And so that story always gets me, because it reminds me that every day there's not a moment or second that we could live without God.
Name one of your favorite new school, gospel, or Christian artists.
I love, the reggae and, the island mix. So right now, Benja, he's one of those artists that has drawn my attention through his sound, through the words. I never get enough of my, reggae.
What gift do you believe that God has given you to reach others, and name the most prominent one?
To encourage, heal, and give. A lot of times in life, we need encouragement from other people, whether it be a stranger, friend, or family member. When we go through things, we need that word that will give us more faith or build our faith and help us to believe. And a lot of times I may find myself talking, having a regular conversation, and by the end of the conversation, God just has a way of, putting words in my mouth, and he just do what he needs to do. And that's probably the more prominent one, I would say, right about now.
Where do you believe God is taking you?
Another journey of faith in a different way. I'm graduating in May, so do I know what I want to do with my life? I have dreams and ideas of, what I want to do, but I know that the Lord will guide and lead me to wherever he desires, and his desires are my desires. And his word says that he gives us the desire to do what pleases him. So I look forward to whatever journey he's taking me on.
Name one stereotype about Christians that frustrates you the most and that you hope to dispel.
That they have to be perfect before they come to him. And that is a lie, because the word talks about if you believe, then you are saved. And God is a God who works in our lives every day. So every day there is perfecting his will and his way. Yes, we fall, but we get back up. And we get back up because we know that his word tells us that we can do it, that we can endure. And when we endure, our faith and our character is being built. And I really hope that people know that they don't have to be perfect to come to God, but being imperfect shows that how perfect he is and how perfect his ways is to take us from where we are, where we've been, and erase that and start us anew in him.
Name 3 words that describe your relationship with God.
A wonderful journey. That's how I would describe my walk with the Lord. It's, I don't know, like I feel like I'm blushing, but it's a journey. It's a journey that I'm glad I am taking, a journey I will never forget, and a journey that has had an everlasting impression on my life.
What do you love most about God?
His persistent ways. He is undeniably persistent in his pursuit towards me. And some days I wake up and I wonder, God, how can I be more persistent in the way that you pursue me? You pursue me without judgment. He pursues me without looking at my faults, my downfalls, or my inadequacies. And He's just unconditional in his pursuit, and I love that about him.
And lastly, what would you tell someone watching this who might be currently struggling, hurting, and truly in need of God?
His word says whether you are considering taking this journey of faith, or if you feel like you slip back in your old ways, his word says, come to me and I will come to you. His word also says, return to me and I will return to you. It's an initiation on our part. First, we have to make the first move. He is not aggressive. He doesn't put anything on you that you don't want. If you don't want him, he's not gonna be aggressive in his attempt to make you want him. But he wants you to make the first move and know that that move is the first act of faith and journey into a walk that it's not disappointing and it's worthwhile. It's something that you will never forget, and his love that he has for you, it beats out any material, any old ways, any familiar ways. His love it can't be compared. So try him. He won't let you down.